you I was going to do it again in a week. I'm super excited because I actually did it and I remembered everything. I'm running on limited time for my WIP parade today because my son, one son is with his grandparents and the other son is at his kids' morning out, mom's morning out program. So I have to leave soon to go pick one up and then the other one will be home. But in the meantime, I am going to do my WIP parade. So there's no good place to get started. So we're just going to get started. So the first WIP, I have a weakness for this one is Mill Hill Kit, but they're Sandra Cozzolino. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She has a whole bunch of Santas. This one's got a lot of glare. I'm sorry. And they're all on perforated paper and they're all ornaments. This one is Jamestown Santa. I live in the historic triangle. I live in Williamsburg. So there's a Williamsburg, Jamestown, and Plymouth. I wish it was Williamsburg, Jamestown, and Yorktown, but that's just because of where I live. Anyway, I decided that I liked this one. So this one is the first. I've never done a Mill Hill kit with the beading before. I'm not sold on whether or not I'm going to like the beading, but this one, I guess technically it's not like really a WIP just because I haven't started it officially yet. But I do want to try this one with the beading because I have like 4 other Mill Hill kits. I collect them as I find them on eBay and that kind of stuff. This one I actually got at my local needlework shop, which is Liberty Hill Needleworks. But I want to try one of the beaded ones before I commit to beading all the other ones. I'm still going to do them. I just may not bead them. So then the second one I have, I got this off of eBay because my mom really likes Jim Shore. And I'm going to show you, this is the picture of what it is. It's 14 by 16 inch counted cross stitch. It's a 12 Days of Christmas Santa. He's really cute. But when he came, the way that this pattern is set up, it doesn't, like, this is all I have done. The way this pattern is set up, it doesn't match each of the threads. Like, they're not a number. It is. It's just weird. Like, you have to count where they are in the list to determine what number they are. There's not a very clearly defined key. And it's made it very difficult to try and get anything accomplished because I don't want to show you the pattern. But if you can see, like that. See, it doesn't give you, like this one next to it is just how many strands. It's just weird. I did not care for how it was put together on the like card stock for the colors. I had to like count them to get, it was just weird. And I'm struggling, like I did all of what I did and now I'm not positive that I have the right color in the right place. So I had to stop because it was, I started it last year and I was going to do it for my mom for Christmas. And I found the kit on eBay unopened, but I was like, this is going to drive me insane. And I'm going to stop while I'm ahead before I want to like throw it out a window. Fair. I bought this last year and I just thought this one was really pretty. It's all kitted up. I'm going to finish. I'm counting this in my WIP parade just because this is on my list of things that I would like to finish this year. But it's called Believe and it's by Erin Elizabeth Designs. I am not using the called for fabric just because I had this sparkly white that I bought for, you can't really tell. But it's got metallic or silvery threads in it. And I had it for something else. So I'm basically doing the reverse. It's on white fabric with dark blue thread. This one, I do not have a picture. This one is actually, this WIP is my own design. I am doing 1/1 on 25 count. Oh, I really got to get a curtain up in here. You can't really see very well the colors. There's 3 colors there, and it's patriotic. I'm trying to do it for the 250th anniversary. So this one's one of my models I'm trying to stitch, and I had to take a break. I actually don't mind the 1/1 on 25. I just needed a break from it because I have changed the colors like 4 times in the blue because I'm convinced that it's not showing enough difference, but then other people are telling me it's fine, and I think it'll be okay once it's all done. But until then, I just keep second guessing myself, and I ripped it out and started over like 3 times. So I have to stick with what I've got. If I hate it when I'm done, then I'll work from there. But right now, it's just going to have to stay. This is another one of the heirloom Santas that I've been working on. This one is, he's pretty close to being complete, all things considered. This is another Sandra Casalino. And this one is Sinterklaas. And I can't even tell you which place it's from because I did not leave the rest of the packaging there. All right, next we have another, like I told you, I have a lot of my own model stitches to work on. This one, I am using Pirate Floss, and I am using Grace Notes fabric. And it looks fantastic. It doesn't do it justice. I really got to fix my issues with the curtains right now. It's a mixture of black work and cross stitch, but it's actually coming along pretty well. It's a quick, so far. I had to stop because I was tired the other night and then convinced myself I'd counted really wrong and then convinced myself I hadn't. So it was one of those like, okay, stop and think through before you continue, you know. And it's, I can't remember what the Grace Notes is called. I have the card in here somewhere. I'll have to look that one up. But the floss is Pirate Robin Pigeon Floss, which I really like. This one has been in my WIP pile for over a year for no good reason other than this one is my pattern. It's Tudor Garden, my black work pattern. The issue I am having with this one is that I started it. It looks so much better on camera, actually, for once than it does. The fabric is fine. I picked this, like, this green, and I don't know that I like the green I picked. I feel like I thought it was getting washed out. Now, on this camera, it looks fantastic. So, I don't know. But I had done so much, and I wasn't going to rip it all out and start over. So, I will finish this because it just needs to be finished. Because sometimes I look at it and think, no, it's fine. And sometimes I look at it and go, oh, why did I choose that floss? So, you know, this explains where all of my needles have gone. Because apparently, I have left needles in every single piece. I was beginning to wonder. I thought I was just losing my mind. Apparently not. Let's see. This one is another one of my model stitches that I have been working on. And this one is coming along. I had to change one of the flosses because it didn't work on the fabric. It would have been fine on a darker fabric, but not on this one. So I ended up using a darker gold rather than the yellow I designed it for. It really could be any color of yellow. I was trying to go for green and gold colors. Just cause, oh, this one is my stamped cross stitch. I do these because they are totally mindless. And they're, you know, they're mindless, they're easy. I can do them at night. I don't have to think, I don't have to count. I started that one around Christmas time when I was working on like 15 bazillion projects and needed to not start another one. But instead I decided that was a good idea. So, not my best moment. This one, I'm hoping I will finish this Halloween. I started this one and I got the fabric from Millennial Fabrics, but I am hoping that I have enough to finish it because I'm going to end up cutting it real close, but I really liked the fabric. And this one is Tonight We Fly by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And it's really cute. I really like it. I just really underestimated my spacing on that fabric. But I think it will fit. It'll be super tight. But that's okay. I will make it work. And we have, oh, this is my Deadly Aquarium Sal. And like I said before, I've done quite a bit on it. It looks really cute, but I have made some serious miscounts in the frame, and I thought I could fudge it, but apparently when I made the miscounts in the frame, they translated over into the middle. So like some of the seaweed doesn't appear to be, I don't know. I can't decide if I'm going to fudge it or if I'm just going to ditch it. It was supposed to be for my youngest son, and like I said, he kind of is indifferent now about whether or not he wants it in his room, and I'm kind of like, if you don't really want it that bad, then it might just get put. That bag is the WIPs that I should finish, but are nowhere on the list of importance. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure yet. This one is an ink circles. It's called Dreidel Dreidel. This was for my best friend who is Jewish, and I decided that I should do something for Hanukkah. So this one's actually pretty quick. I'm using a variegated blue floss. It's really cute. It goes pretty quick. I started on her 40th birthday gift, which this was not, and haven't gone back to this, and I really should. But I'm going to finish that 40th birthday gift, which I'm not showing you in the WIP Parade, just in case she decides to watch this, even though I don't think she will. But just in case. I don't want to ruin the surprise. This one I actually found on eBay, and it was already started. It's called Red Berries, A Christmas Greeting from Modern Folk Embroidery. And this is what it should look like. And it had all of the kit. It was on 28 count linen. It's 1/2. And let me just tell you, whoever started this is extremely neat. Like, this is their back. My back I'm trying very hard not to be super messy, but my backs never look like that. But it'll be really cute when it's finished. I really like this one. I want to put it in a frame to use as part of my Christmas decor around the house. Let's see. This one is another one of my models that I need to work on. This is my Scandi Snow. I'm kind of regretting my choice to do red and white thread, because if you've never used white thread on a dark color, it is very unforgiving, and it shows every gap, where it doesn't necessarily do that in other places. So I kind of feel like I should have used either more strands or just not used red as the background. But I'm going to finish it like that because it's there. And let's see. This is one more of my model stitches. Wow, I've got that messed up with there. Okay. So, one of the black work pieces, I'm just doing the borders between all of this is a sampler piece. Excuse me. The inside of the actual black work patterns inside the boxes are going to be in variegated thread. And I really like how that's coming out. It's also on Grace Notes fabric. Excuse me. Then I have, oh, I don't know why I put this in pile. It's not a WIP. I don't actually know what that's for. It doesn't have anything in it. Okay, my last WIP. This is, again, my own pattern. It's my Celtic Cross. And I love this pattern. But I have a love-hate. I messed up over here, so I'd like yank out part of that. The actual middle is fine. I just messed up the border and then got mad and ran away from it because I was pissed off at what I had done and had to rip out. So, not a good reason, but it is what it is. So I will finish that one. It probably won't even take me that long, but I do have to figure out where I put the thread, the floss that goes with this, because my background on this one, I did in a variegated green and this is in a dark green. I don't know where my floss is. I found it when I moved everything into the closet and went, oh, there's the floss, and promptly put it down somewhere safe. And now I can't find it. So, not one of my finest moments, but we will get there. So that is my WIP Parade for now. I've also ordered the Wonder, oh no, I'm going to mess up, the Wonder Box pattern that Stitching Kitten designed for Millennial Fabrics. When I get that, I will show you because I think it's really cute. So that'll get added into the WIP pile. I also have a St. Patrick's Day blackwork pattern that I'm working on that's for my Patreon. Once I finish that, which I should finish this weekend, I will get that at least partially finished, enough to take some photos and then post it for my Patreons and post the sneak peek on all of my other stuff. So that one is a work in progress that's almost done, but I don't want to show you until I'm finished. I also need to get some more thread at the Stitchy store this afternoon, and I think that that's all of my WIP Parade. Oh, nope, I'm looking right at one. Hang on, I have to stand up to get this one because it's behind the camera. Okay, so I almost did that. My last WIP, this is actually sideways because it's just how it fit on here. This is another WIP. This one is for my Here There Be Monsters pattern that is cross stitch and blackwork combined. And I love my little Mothman needle minder. But I'm hoping I can get this one done soon. I really want to finish this one. But like I said, I'm still trying to get that one gigantic WIP that's done, my friend's present, done, because then I can focus on all of these and really focus. Right now I get into these and then I'm like, no, wait, I gotta go finish that other thing, because if I don't focus on it and get it done, it's going to sit even longer. And I really, really want to get it done and out of my house, because I did not want it to take this long, and it just is. And then the last WIP is not really, it's not really a pattern so much as I'm calling it a WIP because it's a project. I have a giant amount of DMC that I need to bobbinate. And I'm not going to lie, kind of hate bobbinating. But I have two small children that when they see my floss laying around, like to pull the papers off. So I've gotten a whole bunch of things that have been resigned to the mending basket and the random, like I use that stuff for lacing the backs when I'm framing stuff, or if my kids need colored thread for something and they don't want to use yarn or something like that. That's where that stuff ends up, because I can't remember what color it is because they took the number off of it. And sometimes they take the number off and then it just gets tangled, and there is a point when I'm like, this is not worth tearing my hair out to get this unwound and unknotted. So right now, I'm keeping it all in that bag. I'm going to bobbinate it. I'm going to put it in my boxes right here. And I have discovered that I like the plastic bobbins because they are sturdier. But I hate the plastic bobbins because if I put, it doesn't matter what I use. If I use Sharpie, the numbers come off. If I use pencil, the numbers come off. I've tried to like tape over it. It doesn't work. Like the tape peels off and the numbers come off. I bought the little stickers and those don't stick at all. So I was like, okay, well, I need something that it will actually keep the number on there, since that's kind of the point. So I've bought the cardboard ones. They're not as sturdy as the plastic ones, but they do the job and they keep the numbers on them so that I can still read it in 2 days. Put everything in here. The things that were already labeled, I'm not taking off. I'm going to have to reorganize, but I've got to get it all bobbinated first so that I know how many boxes I actually need. Because I also want to use my label maker and put it on the side so that I know which numbers go in which box. So I don't have to pull out all the boxes every time I need something. So that is the WIP Parade for now. I'm going to have to go pick up my kids, and then I'm going to spend some time working on the giant project of Doom. The biggest problem I'm having right now is the big project. I am over halfway done, which is woohoo, fabulous. And I have gone through, and the fabric I am using on that one actually it's gridded, which made that pattern so much easier to do when it was gridded. But it's not gridded with the washable stuff. It's gridded with like a green fishing line. So you have to pull it out. So I did get smart, and I have pulled out the green grid from like where I have finished up. I left the sides so that I'm, like where it ends. So I have my margin all the way down. But like everything up here that's finished stitching, I have pulled all of those threads out, which made it significantly easier to wind it up. And then I just used a really long piece of thread and like did a giant whip stitch around the whole roll so that it would stay out of the way. Because I tried safety pins, but the kind you need for that much bulk left huge holes in the Aida. So I didn't want to do that. So I pulled those out and then just stitched it up, and that works fine. My biggest problem right now is I was using my floor stand to hold the frame. But we have reached the point in the middle where there's too much bulk on either end of the frame or on the sides when you get, it won't stay in my frame. Every time I touch it, it like wiggles out some because there's just too much fabric sticking in, and because it's so big, it's getting in the way of the bolts. So it's getting a little slower at this point because I just kind of have to balance it like with one arm underneath and go this way. And it works. I just wish it was going a little faster, because it does go faster when I don't have to worry about holding onto the hoop while trying to use this hand underneath and use this hand on it. It's a process. I hope you are having a lovely day, and I would love to know what you guys are working on. And if you have a choice or had a choice in what I'm stitching next, what would you choose? I would love to know. So until then, have stitchy fun and enjoy your day. I hope it's as lovely and warm at your house as it is at mine, because it's finally decided to be spring, which means I will plant things. And then in 2 weeks, it will promptly frost and kill everything. But I'm going to go with it as it is right now. So have a fabulous day. I'm going to go pick up my kid. Bye.